Okay, abortion debate number 11 for human rights for everybody. This one's specifically for you. We talk about the soul argument. You say, oh, I've destroyed your soul argument so many times, I'm not even going to go there. I don't remember you ever destroying my soul argument. All you say is that the only argument I recall you ever saying is is don't push your laws on me because your religion, we live in a secular world. Don't push your religion onto me. Well, I'm not pushing it on anybody. The person who's talking about laws are you. I'm not saying create a law that makes abortion legal. A law is something that says you can't do something. Like a law would be, it's against the law to do something, to go faster than 30 miles an hour here, to kill somebody. Making abortion legal, that's not really a law. That's making it allowed. Making it illegal would be somebody pushing a law on somebody. Pushing something on somebody would saying you can't do something. Now, if you're talking about religions, I don't push your religion onto me. Well, pushing the whole history of religions pushing themselves on people is people telling people what they can and can't do, and that's exactly what making abortion illegal is. So you are the lineage of that. You're passing that flame on, not me. Religious laws of the past. You can't print any book other than the Bible. You can't you can't share and pass around any book other than the Bible. You can't marry anybody outside of your faith. Solomon couldn't marry the Queen of Sheba and make his son the new king. And that was a religious thing. Henry VIII couldn't divorce Anne Boleyn's sister because she was barren and marry Anne Boleyn because the Catholic Pope said he couldn't. That was a religious thing. And then so he broke off, and then then they make more religious laws that's to tell people what they can't do. So then they have to move to America to be free and not be told by religious people what they're going to do. And now it's the abortion thing. Abortion people are pushing their religious laws on people by saying that that you're making a person suffer and hurt by killing a zygote. That's pushing religion on somebody. You may not call it a religion, but that's pushing your religious view that you're hurting an imaginary person in there by killing the zygote. So that's you're in the whole line, the whole history of that whole pushing religion onto somebody. Freedom is the whole idea of let abortion be legal is along the same lines of being free. Let me marry this person. Let me divorce this person. Let me move over here. Let me become this religion. Let me print this book. Let me chant this chant. Let me, that's free. That's religious freedom. And let me kill this little embryo in my body because I don't want it and I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't want to bring it in the world. That's religious freedom. So I'm not, pro-choicers aren't pushing anything off onto anybody else. They're only doing with their own body what they want to do and not letting anybody else tell them what they're going to do. And even if abortion was illegal, and I don't know if I've made a video specifically for this, maybe I should, girls would still get abortions. Marijuana's illegal, people still smoke it. Heroin's illegal, people still shoot it up and die because it's illegal. Because criminals are making it, if abortion was illegal, criminals would be given it and then more girls would be dying of abortions than do now. Abortions are safe because they're legal. But that's not a video. So the whole soul argument. Now, as far as I remember, you said you've destroyed my soul argument because that's just pushing your religion, and that's about as far as I've heard you ever gone about soul argument. So my sole argument is you're not making anybody suffer by killing a zygote that's about as big as my finger, right? About as big as my fingernail right here. Now, you say killing a zygote as big as my fingernail is killing a person, and you're making them suffer. They're suffering. They're in there going, no, don't kill me. Ah, my family, all my dreams and aspirations. Oh no, I'm going to die. You're killing a person. And I'm saying, oh, and you're saying because, and that's your religious view, by the way, because that person's suffering and that person's going to be angry with you or whatever. I don't know. And I'm saying no. The soul that would eventually inhabit that little zygote as big as my fingernail would doesn't care. That soul is dreaming, you know, is off in happy land, is off, you know, planning its life, perhaps going, oh cool, let's do this, but they were looking at that person, and that's a bad soul invading somebody's body. You know, that's like a demon possessing a body, like the Exorcist. I'm going to get this girl pregnant even though she doesn't want to get pregnant, you know. I mean, I know when I entered my mama's body, my mama wanted to have a baby, and she was going, okay, come. So I come. But that soul, if that soul, but then you kill it. The soul is like, oh, well, she didn't want me. What's he going to do? Be angry? You're living in the cosmos. You're living in an infinitely expansive, infinitely time cosmos between your lives. And I also, you know, I did a video, maybe I'll attach it to this video, where I talk about what it's like between lives. And so you move on. There's millions and millions and millions of women about to have babies at any moment in time. So you just move on. It's kind of like waiting. It's kind of like when you're in New York City looking for a taxi cab. Or in, say, Mexico City, because there's tons of those little green Volkswagen Bug taxis all over the place. You go hail down a taxi, hey taxi, and it's driving by, and you think you're going to get that taxi, and you're, okay, that's the taxi I'm going to have. You know, and all the taxis look the same. And then the taxi goes by, oh no, okay, well I'll get this taxi. Boom, when the taxi comes up, you get in it. You don't go, oh no, that taxi went away. Oh no, my life's over. That taxi, I hate that taxi. Oh, I'm suffering. Oh. You don't do that because you just get in the next taxi. Well, that's what the little zygote person does. The little soul who's about to inhabit the zygote. He goes, oh no, that zygote was aborted. Okay, well let's go over here. Oh, there we go. Bong. Popping in that other one. Boom, there you go. That's basically my soul argument. See, if it's a crime to abort somebody, there has to be a victim. That's what a crime is. A crime is perpetrating something against somebody who suffers for it. Victimless crime isn't a crime, you know. Like, it's illegal to have oral sex in 13 states. So does that mean it's a crime to have oral sex in those states? Technically, but it doesn't mean it should be a crime. Somebody should strike that out of the law books. It was illegal for a black person to drink out of a white person water fountain 50 years ago. Technically, yes, that was a crime. But was it really a crime? No, it wasn't really a crime. Common sense, it wasn't a crime. So if you make abortion illegal, and you say it's a crime to abort a fetus, it'd be the same thing. Technically, it would be a crime, but in reality, would it be a crime? No, because there's no victim involved. It's a victimless crime. The baby is not a victim. The baby is a sack of meat, and the soul that was going to inhabit it is just going to pass on to the next girl who's about to have a baby. Well, then you may go, oh, but they're going to get stacked up. It's going to become a whole traffic jam. If you abort all these people, then how are there going to be enough bodies for all the souls who want to get born into people? Well, why don't you say that to the 6 billion souls who are alive today that weren't alive 200 years ago? We have too many people in the world as it is. And Those souls will always have somebody to be born in. Go be born on another planet somewhere or another parallel universe. Who cares? But the fact of the matter, and I'm out of time, is that a crime is only a crime if there's a victim involved. And so the soul doesn't matter, doesn't care. Hope that helped.